Namaste.
Namaste. A very warm welcome to our Let's Talk Real podcast, and this is a new series about parenting and children. This series will be talking about the parenting, children energy, and everyday soulful living. Yes, Preeti?
Yes, so we are going to be talking about something that every family is facing right now, the back to school chaos. So after months of vacation and no routines, waking up late and just having a gala time, suddenly children as well as parents have to wake up early, they need to get ready on time, hit the road and focus. So how do we make the transition in a way that is feeling really nice?
Exactly, Preeti. The mornings need not to be very harsh and chaotic also. It can be more beautiful if we change the mindset and bring small rituals in the morning. Example, like we can change the energy shift. Early in the morning, before waking up the child, we can play some small mantras or waterfall or a bird chirping sound and wake up your child just going and hugging the child or patting on the head or back and with a calm voice so that the child will absorb the energy instead of the instructions.
Perfect. Because when it starts on a calm and cool note, the rest of the day falls into place too, right? So once the child is awake, what now? They have the bathroom routine, right? So when they are brushing, there is one really beautiful hack, especially for older children, right? Start brushing with your non-dominant hand. So if you're a right hand person, your non-dominant hand is the left hand.
Very nice.
Right? So when you look into the mirror and start brushing with your non-dominant hand, your subconscious mind is waking up. Oh, this is not normal, right? So it becomes more open to put in new programs of calm and peace, right? So you could have your older kids, encourage them to brush with their left hand, and as they're brushing, to look into the mirror and tell either I love you or I'm a champion. I have this. I am so wonderful. So some positive reinforcement that tells them that yes, I am enough.
True. So it is like almost like an affirmation.
That's right.
Spelling out an affirmation in most non-official.
Right. So the kids are done. You have packed them off to school and you have had your day, and now it's time to pick them up from school.
Yes.
So how does that go?
Yes.
Right. In a child's day, there are three important time intervals that is make or break for them. All right. It's the first 3 minutes of the day when they wake up, which we have covered. It is the 3 minutes that when they meet you after school, and then the 3 minutes when they are falling asleep at night.
Yes.
All right. So when you see them at school and you're going to pick them up, keep all your stress and your tension aside and please give them a smile and show them how happy you are that you are seeing them after so long. Because the child can pick up on your energy, right? So this is what I do with my child. She's 7 years old, and when I see her, I'm like, "Hi, how are you? How was your day?" And it's a little bit of an excitement, So she responds. She may not. That's okay. If your child doesn't respond, don't take it personally. You never know what's happening with them.
Also flows to
exactly.
Them, right?
All right. So if they come up with the answer, well and good. If not, let it be. All right. So one more question that you could ask them is, tell me 3 happy things that happened today. All right. So if they are not in a good mood, their mind starts switching to let me see what's good. All right. So but one word of caution here. Don't just emphasize on the happy part, the positive part, because life is practically not all roses, right? So you give some time of the day to them and ask them, do you have any problem, right? Is there something I can help you with? And invariably the child will return to you because they know that mom or dad is their safe space.
Right. Because this transition is very important after a long day.
Exactly.
6 hours, the
That's
child
right.
is seeing you back.
That's right.
And further, we will also be telling you how to end the day very gracefully, where we do a lot of affirmations and we visualize certain things. So stay tuned to learn more about how to end the day gracefully, also to know how to execute and process the beautiful, wonderful food you can serve to your child where they really feel it attractive and they want to have it on everyday basis. So stay tuned to know more about it. We were learning how to start the day with your child, greet them after coming from the school, and also be told how to end the day very gracefully. So this episode we'll be learning more about.
Yes, we'll be talking about a nighttime routine to settle your child, any chaotic energies, calm it, so that they go to bed with the right energy. Because I feel that your morning starts the previous night.
Yes, exactly. Very well said.
Okay, so what we are going to be talking about is to set up a bed routine where the child knows that I'm done for the day and now it's time to go to bed, right? So you could have your own personal routines. This is what we do. We have a little bit of reading where I read out to my both girls, and then it's like we just settle down into the rhythm of just falling asleep, maybe with soft music playing, and I do a visualization, which we will be covering in the coming episodes, right? Where to calm them, settle them, and make them feel really good about the day, whether it went right or not. Okay? So that they will wake up with the feeling that it's a new day. Let me do better.
Yes. And one more caution is like no screen timings for 1 hour before.
Yes, very important. Yes, very much.
And also when it comes to food, at least 2 to 3 hours before. Maybe
That's
because
right.
they are very small, maybe we can have 2 hours. If it was adults, we could
That's
have prescribed for 3 hours.
That's right. And no sugary stuff, no chaotic food, which will make them frazzled and their nervous system kind of take a hit.
And yes, we all know that when we sleep, when we take rest, that's the time the organs also rest. So that's the reason we need 6 to 8 hours of sleep, depending on your age category. But we also know that our mind subconsciously can be rewired at that point of time, right?
It is during that transition time between wakefulness and sleep that your subconscious mind is primed to be hacked, to be rewired literally. And that goes for your child too. In fact, children are more open to receive suggestions. So in that 30 minutes between the child closing their eyes and going into deep sleep, that is your golden hour. All right, they are open to any kind of suggestions that you put in. So you could use something called a sleep learn technique. So any kind of bad habits, any kind of behavioral issues, maybe bedwetting, whatever it is, you can reprogram the child to start believing that they are capable of getting rid of their bad behavior or bad habits and putting in new, more happy things.
So how do we go further?
Right, sleep learn technique is really simple and it works. Okay, tried and tested. So if you have kids and you want to change something about their behavior or bad habits, you need to sit prior and then work with the statements that you really want to put into them. Right? So new programs basically. For example, if we take bad behavior, right, there is some underlying issue that the child has to work through. But that begins with letting him know that these are the rules or these are the better behavior that we want. So you draft statements that say, you're a really nice child. I know you may be having issues, but that's okay. We will work through it. Mama and Dada are here to work with you, right? So we will talk about this in detail, how to draft sleep learn technique affirmations, maybe in the coming episodes.
So stay tuned to know more about how to visualize and end the day very gracefully. So we were learning about how to end the day in a graceful way. Now we'll be learning more about visualization. See, you would have seen when you ask a child to recite a poem, it would not happen in a much easier way. But if you visualize the same thing in a picture on the screen, definitely it's easy, but we don't recommend that. What I wanted to tell you is that, like, when you visualize something along with the audio, the implantation of the thoughts in the mind of the child will be more perfect. So today we'll be learning one technique of visualization, how to put the child in an easier way to sleep. Right.
Today, for the purpose of this video, I will be sitting and doing this visualization. Right? So it is a guided meditation. You will be doing this with your child as they gently fall into sleep. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Feel the softness of the bed beneath you, the warmth of the air around you. Now imagine yourself in a beautiful garden. Wild flowers, red, blue, green, yellow, orange, all sorts of colors. So beautiful. Feel the wind whistling through the trees. So calm. So happy. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. The sun is so happy. Listen to the buzzing of the bees and butterflies as they flutter all around these beautiful flowers. There is a beautiful waterfall flowing in the distance, Listen to the water gurgling, flowing, so merry, so joyful. Take a deep breath in and out. So take a deep breath in and feel the joy of this day in the sun. Your family, mama, dada, your brothers and sisters. You're sitting out there and you're feeling so happy, so loved. Now gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Smile because you're so loved. And gently fall asleep. You're safe. And you're loved. When you're ready, very gently open your eyes. I would suggest that parents do this visualization so that it becomes something of second nature to you and you can just tell the sentences and the guided visualization all by yourself. Because once you are cool and calm and this has imbibed into your system, you become more receptive to all the energies and your child becomes more receptive to your energies. So when you do this in the right way, you go into alpha state of mind and your child goes into alpha state of mind. And then the journey from there into sleep is more calm, right? So they wake up with the feeling of ease and that they are loved and protected, which is very essential for a child to develop in a holistic way.
Beautifully explained, Preeti. So making the child to get into a restful sleep is very important. So coming episodes we'll be learning more about how to start the day and previous day how to do the prep work to start a new day. So stay tuned to know more about these techniques. So let's start real.